All right, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. How's everyone doing? Let's see. Any thumbs up in the chat? I see Simon's already here. He's here before everyone else.
If you have trouble hearing us, please drop a comment.
Oh, you're gonna have trouble hearing Sohan with that low voice. You gotta like project.
Yes, very excited to be here. For the first time, the whole Side Note team is here.
I flew down all the way to Canada just to see Sohan and unbox this side note with you guys. Yeah. So we're gonna give it one more minute or two more minutes and get started. Today's event is gonna be an unboxing of several side notes that we just got in our hands, as well as take a look, walk down memory lane and take a look at the original side note and compare some of the changes that we've made. So you can see that we're trying to make sure that the product that we make for you is the best product we can, right? And then finally, at the end, we have several questions that we have gathered that we think will be good for you guys to have answer for you guys, so you learn a bit more about the product, about Side Note as a whole, and kind of future things that we're up to. So yeah, without further ado, I think we can get started. Yeah. Anything else you want to add? Anything?
I don't know if we should introduce yourself for our new viewers. If
Oh
we
yeah,
already
sure.
did.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to start on that?
For sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining from wherever you are joining from. My name is Sohan Kabiri. I'm one of the founding members of Side Note. I live in Canada, and I think that's good enough.
Yeah, be a bit louder, bro, just in case they can't hear you, because
Yes.
we have some work at the back.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, my name is Farhan. I used to work at Apple for many years, and the new Vision Pro that came out, I worked on those. And right now, I've been working as a CTO of a startup in the basketball AI community. I've been told to share what I'm working on there, which I will do in a few days, so you can see kind of the other side of my work. But as a passion project, I I really enjoyed working on this project on Side Note, because I really like writing. I writing down notes is what I do. Actually, I have a mentor, and he has a really great saying, which is a short pencil is better than a long memory. And if he sees that I don't come in with a pen and paper, he gets really mad. So, so yeah, that's something that I keep to heart. I have my pen and paper always. So, and nowadays I have my side note with me too. So cool. Without further ado, you want to just maybe we'll show the old one first. Like, we don't open unbox it, and then we can compare the new one. Go for it.
Just show it.
Just the box, yeah.
Yes. So for those of you who might remember, this was our original sample that we received for our first testing of SideNote. As you could see, our classic design, and the box is a little bit bigger to compare to what we have right now. But yeah, this is pretty much it.
Hold up the other one next to it. Actually, that's what I mean.
So now, what we have on my right hand, I have the new box. As you could tell, it's much more compact, just to make it more.
We wanted to improve efficiency in shipping, so that you all have to pay less shipping costs, and there's less costs overall for everyone, so that you receive it well. It comes to you on time, and in the best way possible. So this way, everyone wins. It's less shipping cost, less storage cost, and the product itself can we can focus on putting more features in the product, rather than to put in more, like to charge you for more shipping or get charged more for shipping. So I think it's
For
going to
sure.
be a big deal there. Looks like Thomas is on the line. So Thomas is the designer. You guys might have seen him on the video. So thanks for joining us, Thomas. All right, cool. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So we actually have this one, right? Of course, the old original, and we actually have a surprise second one, which we kind of hinted at on the thumbnail and on the picture. So you'll be hopefully you enjoy the opening of both of them, right? So yeah, I'm gonna tilt the camera down so you can see our hands, and yeah, let's go. Go for it. You want to do the honors?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Which
Okay.
one is the original
Good
color?
question. So I think this is a great surprise for our audience to see what we have in the
Alright.
box.
So one other thing that we made is it's much easier to open the sleeve than before. It's subtle things that we do to make it a bit better for everyone. I'm going to call it out because, like Simon, I know it's something that you are interested in, but our other viewers might appreciate all the little details that we're working on. So one of the first things we did was we added this ribbon tab right here, because a lot of our friends, we noticed they didn't really know how to open it. They were trying to figure out, is it a slide box or something. This ribbon tab just makes it very easy to lift up and open. So I'm just going to see if this is the one. This is the surprise one. So we're going to come back to that one. Here is the original. So here we go. You open the tab like that, and there we go. So the same similar welcome card. This is not the final welcome card. We have another, the surprise, the good one that we'll send you in the box. So we're not going to ruin that. But until then, so you get a welcome card, and inside we have side note, beautifully presented there with its paper wrapper. Right now, we're also working with the supplier to have a little tab here so you can lift up just like an AirPod, very delicately. All right. So for now, I lift it out like that, and then we have the first side note, the ink model. You can see the latest design is just before I open it up. You can see that we're going to be supplying 2 paper pads inside the box for everyone, so that everyone has like a little bit extra paper to use, and then we have side note itself over here. So I'm going to put this box on the side for a second and open up the packaging here. So actually, Sohan, why don't you go ahead and tell our viewers all the little intricacies and walk us through what's new?
For sure. So the first thing you could notice is the logo, as it was requested or asked of that we make the logo subtle. And now that we're seeing the sample in hand, it makes a huge difference in terms of the presentation. It looks really nice. It looks very elegant, the logo. And the second thing is, as you could see, we made the corners fully to the edge to edge, just to make it more durable, because it's going to go in your pocket and your phone again and again. So those are the two external changes we made, and I'll actually let Farhan talk about the pan, and I'll go into the inside. So as you could see, this was a magnetic cover. So in our first sample, the magnet wasn't strong enough. So now we have achieved the perfect strength for to keep the notebook closed, as well as for it to, as you can probably hear the sound, it's very satisfactory once you have it in your hand, but it's just the perfect strength for you to open and close. And another thing, I'm not sure if you're able to see, I think you can see, is we added 2 notches on both the corners for easier opening, since it's the magnet is pretty strong compared to the first sample. So it's much easier to lift it and open it. So those are the external improvements we have made. And another thing is the MagSafe magnet as well. We improved the strength as well. Do you have your phone with you?
My phone is
Oh,
what's
actually,
recording, so I won't be
okay.
able to demo that. But
Um, I don't have an iPhone with me right now, but the magnetic strength has been increased enough for it to be attached to any MagSafe phone. As well as you guys are aware that we are also providing MagSafe stickers for those who don't have a MagSafe phone. So it should smoothly stick to your phone. But again, we made it versatile that you don't need to carry your phone all the time. It's pretty small. I have a very small hand, as you could tell. It's very compact, which serves the purpose. So I am going to open it. And the next big thing is, as I have mentioned in the group, we've removed the middle retainer to make more surface area for the notepad. So basically, as you can see, we've made changes to the notepad as well. Um, right now, this is one of the type of paper that came with the sample. We're going to have more options as well as we move into mass production. For this paper, it becomes you can open it and it becomes a notepad as well. As you can see, you could write it down like this, or you can write it traditionally as well. And the paper, I'm going to go to the last page just to show you. The last page on the paper is much thicker for it to give it more strength for it to hold in place. And as you can see, we also added a ribbon for it to hold. So even if I'm swinging it around, it won't come out. And as you can see, even if I hold it like this, it does not come out. So that was another addition we made to the internal design as well. And I'm not sure if you could tell, the paper is much more higher quality compared to our initial samples. We worked with our suppliers to make sure that we are providing the highest quality paper we can in this form factor. And currently there is 35 pages in one notepad. And then another thing is, as you can see, the color is a little bit tinted. It makes it really nice when you're writing on it on the paper rather than it just being plain white. So these are the changes we made to the internal design. So now I'll hand it off to Farhan so he could talk about the pen and what changes we made there.
Yeah, just before going on to the pen, I want to show you that paper compared to what we had before. So we'll have more comparisons going on in a second, but I think it's good to have this one open here. So just some of the old things to talk about. We had the kind of this rounded corner, like Sohan mentioned. The logo is a bit more subtle there. You'll see like the strength of the lid is not as high here. So now it's like much better. And then we had that spine here that we're talking about. Removing that makes it much easier to write. It has a much bigger surface area, and even I don't know if you can see. You probably can. The color of the paper is something that I really worked on. So it's a much more natural. It's like an ivory kind of light yellow color. We went towards a yellower color, slightly yellow color, like a bone color, because this bluish tone removes that like luxury feel that we're looking for, right? The this tone is a much more elegant kind of tone, right? And then if I take this out, you'll see that this paper is like kind of just like post-it note kind of style paper, and we were really upset with that. You can even see the corners are sharp here. We're gonna work on the corner radius a bit more here, so it's like sits nicer inside, more aligned. But this it was kind of not so nice, to be honest. And the you might remember the sticky edges on the top here, and it kind of felt a little. It was too easy to kind of throw product away. We didn't want that. We didn't want you to throw away your ideas, right? We want you to, if you want to store them, keep them. If you want to throw them, no problem. But giving you that option was something important to us. And then lastly, on that note, what's cool is because you can open this all the way like that, you have a much bigger surface to write on if you need to do bigger sketches and so on. So anyway, that's a lot of the updates we had here. One more thing that we will be changing still in the next one, as I said, corner radius here, as well as the paper will come all the way to this edge here. So it's as much surface area as possible. Our supplier didn't realize that we wanted to go all the way out there, so they kept it the same size as this. But in the future, we'll have about 5 millimeters of writing space right until there. Cool. All right, moving on to the pen. So we can take them both out and like compare them. All right, so pen. Side pen is actually its own product, and we were very proud of side pen itself. And a lot of people are there's a lot of buzz just around the pen, which is really awesome. So yeah, some of the main changes are right now it's a monolithic structure, which is something that's quite beautiful, I think. So you can see it's like an end-to-end single aluminum piece that's fully machined. One end mill goes all the way in, machines all of the out and all of the outside. So you can see it's super clean, absolutely beautiful because fully aluminum. Like it's just really amazing to look at. Because when you look at something like this, it's like a tube, it's like a straw, right? It's not so bad. You can see the parting line right there, the part right there. And although that's cool and that's nice, it works. This is just a lot more premium to look at because it's just a super like smooth finish, right? So that's one thing. The next thing is our pen itself. We had like old screws. You can see we had Phillips here. We don't like those. Again, it's maybe easier to swap them, but they're not as beautiful to look at. You can see these ones are much nicer to look at. This color one. And then finally, this is I'll show you the opening and closing. You'll see that this is really tight now. There's no wobble compared to before. And when you snap it all the way open, it snaps in. You can hear that nice click. I'll do it again. Right. We have these bakelite rings on the inside. You might see it right there, and you might see one subtly there. They're kind of bearings to help keep everything smooth and secure. To change the pen, it's a lot easier now. You just unscrew this and swap the insert. So you don't need to unscrew any of that stuff. You have this. We're also making sure that we have a really nice premium high-end ballpoint for now. We are working with our supplier to get gel and other inserts soon. But right now, the ballpoint itself is 5 times more expensive than the one that we had before. It is a lot better. Like when I use it, I was pleasantly surprised. So we want to make sure that the pens that you get are super smooth, super satisfying to use, and all that. So yeah. So again, click, super tight there. You can see it like snaps in really tight. It doesn't have the wobble that it did before. One monolithic structure. and all the other great stuff we had before in the previous pen. So that's that. And then comparing to the old pen, you'll see it's like it's a bit narrower diameter. It's a lot nicer to hold in the hands. The diameter change is a bit more subtle. In the previous one, you'll see it's like a, if you look closely, you'll see a bigger diameter change on the front. That made it a bit more uncomfortable to hold. Now it's a smaller diameter change, so it's a lot more comfortable to hold in the fingers. So so yeah, that's that. And then even the length of the pen itself is improved. You'll see like it's slightly longer, so it makes it a lot easier to write with. Like these little things add up a lot, especially if any of you have a chance to try the old one. Maybe I'll ship it out to Simon or someone to just take a look at. But the old ones, they it's a huge difference. These little changes. There's a couple of other ones I'll point out for like reliability. You'll see that we had the ball detent on this side, and it was scratching the side of the wall here, and I didn't like that it'll wear out over time. So instead of that, we have it on the inside now, and the inside gets a much better anode finish, and this is a much better anode finish overall. It doesn't scratch, and the ball detents are on the inside, so it's absolutely like a magical experience because you don't know what's going on. You can feel the click, you can hear the click, but why it's happening you don't know until watch this kind of tear down type of video. Cool. So that's the pen. um, I'm going to wait for a couple seconds to see if anyone has any questions on the pen or side note until we go on to the final reveal, which is I think a lot of you are waiting for. But yeah, I'm just going to wait for like a couple minutes to see if anyone has anything to ask so far. While we're waiting for any questions, we can demo the MagSafe. So my mom, uh, she gladly let us loan her phone, and you can see the MagSafe magnet ring working there. So it's working a lot better. We have a little bit of improvements to make. I want it to be a little bit stronger, but yeah. What type of screws is it again? These are Torx back here. So it's the same as the bottom of the iPhone. We wanted to make it annoying for you guys, just like Apple makes it annoying. We wanted to make sure it's annoying for all of you. No, but these ones look a lot nicer. The reason why they look a lot nicer is because you're not so worried about the alignment so much. If these Phillips are not aligned perfectly, you will see its angles. If you look closely there, you'll see that one of them is slightly tilted and it doesn't look nice. This one, they're not perfectly aligned, but it still looks really nice and clean. Okay, so that's the main. It's a cosmetic thing, and you don't need to worry about unscrewing this anymore. It doesn't affect it anymore. We've changed the the swappability to the nib now, so it's a much easier to do, and you don't need to touch the screws if you don't want. Cool, awesome. So that's that. One last glamour shot to see the two side notes next to each other, the previous and the new one. So that's that. Oh, there's one last subtle thing is this is a little more wobbly on the body. It doesn't sit as well. This one we have these felt bumpers on them, as well as a tighter tolerance on the inside here, as well as two extra nibs on nubs on here to like help alignment, and so it's a lot tighter of a fit. It doesn't wobble as much. So yeah, cool. Just holding it up. Awesome, great, thank you.
Perfect.
All right, let's move on to the last one, right?
Yes. Exciting part.
Okay. Do you want to do the honors this time?
For sure. As most of you are aware, we have a brand new color, um, and as voted by all of you guys, and we have a sample of it in hand.
And before we open it, of course, Apple. There was an insider at Apple. They told us they're going to come out with titanium this year. No, I'm joking. We just happily coincided with them, and so yeah. Without further ado,
Actually, we introduced our titanium color before Apple did. So
that's true. Apple copied us this time.
So here is the brand new side note color, moss, with the titanium pen. Again, we're gonna make some improvements um, on the sleeve for the notepad. So as you could see, it looks really beautiful, and as you can see, there's green behind me as well. So especially outdoors, it looks really nice. And everybody, I mean, all the people that we're working with who have seen this pen and the notepad. They have really appreciated the pen, especially it looks really nice in hand. And I will open it. Again, we're gonna make some adjustment to make it even more nicer. So the package you've seen, we're gonna mesh the colors with the moss color as well. And here is the side note titanium pen. I'm not going to go into the details again because Farhan explained everything about the pen, we improvements we've made about the pen. I'm just going to hold it for a few seconds for you to appreciate this pen. A lot of people who have expressed interest in getting the ink one once they have seen this color. Once we started posting the product pictures, they were like, "This is our new favorite color." I know Simon appreciated it a lot, so I just wanted to share this special moment. Do you have anything to add to?
No, I think if I was gonna add anything, is like when it's closed, especially, it's pretty awesome to see like this, like this kind of sandblasted titanium monolithic look. It is very, it's very smooth. It's like seamless, and I think that's really really interesting. Like how beautiful it looks on in real life, even on camera. It's it's just simple, right? It's just clean, right? And then all of a sudden, when you rotate and you like put this out, put the pen out, it's like whoa, where'd that come from, right? It is pretty awesome to like have in the hand and feel this, and the the finish on this is really really nice. So anyway, I'm very proud of the team, very proud of how this looks and how it feels. Yeah. So it's the same. It's not really titanium. It's actually aluminum with a titanium finish. So so it keeps everything the same. It's just another colorway. However, we are investigating a real titanium pen. But in reality, to be honest, as a designer, as a mechanical engineer, from the feel of it, is not going to really feel a lot different than aluminum, right? So having it be made out of titanium doesn't help a pen. It's just kind of marketing, right? However, if people are very interested in having a real titanium material, by all means, we can look into that. But we wanted to make sure the finish at least is it's anodized aluminum, but it's a titanium kind of yellowish finish. That's the main difference between this one and the other one. So the other one is black anno. Do we have the other one close by? The other
Yes.
one is black anno, and this is basically titanium anno. So just holding them next to each other, and just so both of them are the same price. It's just a different colorway. So you get to choose. Basically, if you got on Kickstarter, if you want to order on the Shopify, it's literally the same product, but just a different colorway. So they're nice and light, not super light, not super heavy, like a good feeling in the hand. They're very tight. They don't have wobble, um, and the diameter is very very nice. It feels really good. It's not too narrow, not too thick. So I think we nailed it on the overall dimensions and feeling of the pen, especially for collapsible one that becomes so small that it fits in your palm like that and can go in your pocket easily. So I think just as a travel pen, it's something really nice. And yeah, cool. There's the two pens.
Perfect.
Awesome. Any last questions before we put away the side notes and get to the questions? Q&A.
Feels very exciting to hold these pens in hand. So we can tell you how excited we are to get the same experience once we ship this out to you. Um, we're very proud of all the design improvements we have accomplished so far. So we're very excited to ship this to your hands.
Yeah.
Let's just put them forward.
Oh yeah. Let's show you last time. You can see everything.
Yeah, we'll just keep it standing here.
So
Yeah.
let's see if we can have all of them in frame so you can see all of them. Oh, you won't see us anymore. You'll see us, but you won't see the. Let's show them all of them next to each other, then we can show them
Sure.
us. So those are the two new ones, and then here's the old one. And yeah, you can see the evolution from that to these two. Cool. I mean, if Side Note does well, if people are really excited, we are happy to open up more colorways. It doesn't really change much for us to have more, except for like inventory. We need to know what colors people like. I think once people have these in their hands, they'll start to appreciate the color much more, and we can probably or the product much more, and we can look at more colorways. And Simon, hopefully we don't break your bank too much from that comment, but yeah, we. I think the idea would be not to buy many, just buy one or two, and use them for many years. We're designing them to be really long lasting, really high quality. So you feel proud holding this, putting it in your pocket. You can see it's really pocketable, really small right now. Like you don't even know it's there, kind of thing. Right. So cool. All right. Awesome. That's it.
Perfect.
Let's. You can see our pretty faces now. One last time. All right. Cool. Let's go to the questions.
Perfect.
Sohan has a whole bunch of questions he wanted to ask me.
So, as most of you are aware, we sent out a form for people to ask questions. So, for those who couldn't make it to the live session, they've sent their questions to us. So, one by one, the founder himself is going to answer all these questions. Uh, there you go.
Awesome. There's no like, hey, how are you? Are you doing well?
Straight to the point.
There's jumps to it. No one.
We're all focused on productivity, no
I
wasting
see.
time.
All right. Cool. Let's see. Number one is from Sarah. Can you tell us about the quality of the paper in Side Note? What sets it apart from regular notebooks? We kind of mentioned it. The paper that we use is 130 grams paper. It's nice and thick, and it has like this nice finish on it. It's not like super smooth. It's not super rough. It's really nice to write on. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a kind of this slightly textured paper that allows you to write on really nicely. And because it's so thick, one thing we're going to be experimenting on is how it feels with the watercolors and other like paints and stuff too, because we do see a lot of people have asked us, hey, what if this was a pocketable kind of a canvas to take around and paint on? So that might be something you see in the future, like side ink or something. I don't know, but let's see how it goes. But the other thing is that it's a really nice it's a nice color, the bone color. That's an off-white kind of color, so that sets it apart from regular paper. There are four SKUs, uh, blank, dotted, and either with kind of like the gummy like a tearaway finish or tearaway attachment, or stitched attachment so that it can last longer and it's not for you to tear away. Cool. Yeah, it's just thick enough. Simon said he loves the 120 to 150 gram paper. Yeah, and it's just thick enough that it's really nice to use, but thin enough that we can put enough paper in. Because that's the other thing. It's like so thin, so you need to get it to be thin enough to fit in as many papers as possible, so you don't run out too fast. Cool. Next question. All right, what's the time? We have only time for maybe three more, but let's see what we can do. All right, Javier said, I'm excited to order Side Note, but can you share some insights into the shipping process and estimated delivery times? All right, so the shipping is right now, literally, as we finish this call, I'll be going on and preparing our shipping details for our fulfillment center. The way that it's going to work is we're working with our fulfillment site to give us the best rates possible so that when we ship it out to you, it's a very decent price. You're not going to be scared of, oh man, I just paid for this to back it and then the shipping is going to be this much extra. We are targeting less than what we estimated on the Kickstarter itself. So you'll see the table there. Most of them are less than what we anticipated. So that's that. And once they reach the fulfillment site, they'll fulfill it for us. The timeline on how long it'll take to ship, it'll be there. And I'm not going to give you a diplomatic answer. Well, the stage that we are at right now is we got these literally like a few days ago. We wanted to approve the final changes. They look really good now. We are set to place our mass production order in a few days. Once we do that, China is on vacation this coming week for one more week. Once they're back, we place the order, or they process the payment. They take the order. They take our minimum order quantity. They manufacture it. It's about 100 days. That's what they're estimating. If everything goes well, I'm crossing my fingers, but I don't want to underpromise. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. I'd rather underpromise and overdeliver. So I'm going to say that it's still scheduled for early next year, but I hope to surprise all of you. All right, so let's put it that way. Cool. All right, Lauren. Lauren says, What are the unique features of side note that makes it a must have for note takers? So we're targeting niche buyers, and the niche market is basically those that love taking notes on the go, especially those who cannot carry the large size notebook and are worried that while they're going out and using the notebooks, the notes are going to crumpled or damaged. And for me, one of the things I love about it is I literally have one in my backpack, that and then especially when I'm flying, it's something that I need to keep with me because the notes part and the pen part alone for travel is just like it's just incredible. I hate the big notebooks in my backpack when I'm traveling. I like to travel light. I like to move light. So if this can fit into my front pocket or my back pocket, it's a must have. So it's for those people who know that they love writing notes, know that they need a pen, know that they need a paper, and don't want to carry a bulky notebook everywhere, especially if they're going for quick meeting here and there. Maybe they're traveling somewhere, right? It's for those people. And then finally, it's for stationery lovers, right? A lot of us love just the classic feeling of writing down with pen and paper, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, and we want to celebrate that with this ever changing world of lots of like digital products and like AI and all this stuff. There's a fundamental beauty in just writing down on paper, and we want to cherish that. We want people who do write to come together to cherish that that beautiful humanity of letting yourself do the thinking rather than the machine. So yeah, so we're proud of that. All right, I'll take this last one and then I'll see if I can answer the other questions and post it online. Okay, Aisha said. Uh, Aisha said, "I've heard about Side Notes premium design. Can you highlight some design elements that make it stand out?" I think we've covered enough of that, so I'll ask take another question. So you probably, if you watch the rest of the video, you'll see those answers. Okay, Luca said, "Can you explain how the MagSafe attachment works and its benefits in daily use?" So yeah, the MagSafe basically attaches to the back of your MagSafe phone, and so all iPhones from 12 onwards they have MagSafe, and just like it just attaches like that at the back. And then this green one doesn't work so well, so I'll be totally candid. We have a couple SKUs that we're working with, but anyway, the green MagSafe doesn't work so well. MagSafe, how it'll work is basically it'll be magnetic. So here's a black one. The black one will just attach like that to the back of the phone, and it stays right. And the reason why we have that is for people who want to remember to take their notebook with them. You always have your phone with you, so the phone is a great place to keep your notebook with you at all times. The other really big benefit that I use the MagSafe for more than this, quite frankly, is I like to attach this to my fridge. I like to attach it to any surface that has a magnetic surface on it. For example, if I'm machining something, if I'm doing carpet like woodwork, if I'm like say sewing or something, whenever I'm doing anything creative, I put this on and attach it there, and then take my notes, take my measurements, write down whatever is going on, while I'm doing that. And that's the main use of the magnet for me. So remember, it's very versatile. It's a big array of magnets. It's very very strong. I don't have like another magnetic surface to show it on. Um, but if I did, you'd see like this attaches really nicely. So the MagSafe is something a bit niche, but has been very, very useful in a multitude of ways. Cool. I will answer this last one. I said that was the last one, but this will be the last one. Okay. Wei said, asked, "Are there any customization options for Side Note, like different paper types or cover designs?" So yeah, there are two colors. You'll see them on the website. You'll see them on the Kickstarter. Two colors for now, and then there's a Prestige edition that, unfortunately, if you haven't had a chance to order it, that's it. So there are a couple more left on the Indiegogo. So if you want to grab it on Indiegogo, you can. Those Prestige editions, we're waiting for those to get machined. They are again machined out of solid steel, so those take a while. They're much more expensive to manufacture. They're much harder to manufacture, and we're only doing a limited run just for the Kickstarter backers, just for later Indiegogo backers, for just our Kickstarter group. We're not planning to manufacture that again. So if you do want any special stainless steel edition, it's much heavier, much more premium feeling, much more durable than the aluminum. Then you can go over and back that. I know someone like Simon already has that, and it'll be special for you guys. Otherwise, those are the color options. And then finally, the paper options, there are four like I mentioned before. There's a dotted or blank with either the tearaway backing or the stitched backing. Cool. So that's everything. And I wanted to give the viewers one last chance to ask anything else they have before we log off. And because this was a really fun event, and I want to make sure those who took the time to watch us have a chance to ask us anything else they have on their minds. Simon there looking all cool, pre-ordering all all of our stock. There. The questions are not there, but this is not a question. But I do want to answer this. A lot of people have asked us, and it's a very fair question. When is the pledge manager kind of a survey going out to the customers? And that is going to be imminent. Latest would be end of next week, right? As soon as we nail down the shipping prices, we will send those out to you guys. So that will help you put in your. It's very important for us to have those as well because we will know the quantity of requests of ink versus moss. We'll know which countries are going to. We want to lock in those shipping areas as well, so that we are ready to ship them out. Our suppliers ready to ship them out. So by the end of next week is when we expect to send it out to you. You'll have the pledge manager. Please answer that as soon as possible, so that we can make sure Side Note gets out to you as soon as possible. So yeah, expect more details coming the end of next week for the pledge manager. Cool, awesome.
Very cool.
You want to say anything else?
No, I guess I just wanted to say thanks to all our Kickstarter backers. We're here because of you guys, and we appreciate it. And this is why we're doing all this live. Farhan flew all the way over here just to make sure we are sharing everything firsthand with everyone who's been with us since the beginning. So we appreciate it, and we hope that you continue your journey with us as we move forward and we introduce new products, new colorways, and whatnot. So stay tuned for more updates, and we can't wait to ship this out to you guys.
One last final minute question coming in. Can we expect to see Side Note for artists? If you like art with pens, it's already made for you.
Yes.
But I know a lot of people have actually asked about the pencil. I remember Simon asked us in the previous one. It's something that we have on the back of our mind. But let's get Side Note out the door first, and then we're going to look at other products and stuff later, because we want to perfect this and make it as good for you as possible. Cool, awesome. Ending the stream. Take care, everyone. Thanks a lot for
Thank
tuning
you.
in. See ya.